Well, today, everybody, we're going to be checking out arguably the most metal single cut guitar on the market. Today, we're going to be checking out the EC Black Metal from Esp Ltd. Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name's Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube, and for those of you who know me, you guys know I'm a huge single cut fan, right? But one thing I haven't had too much on this channel, and I'm trying to do my very best to rectify that, is get more ESP and LTD guitars on this channel. Enter the EC Black Metal. Today we're going to be checking out this guitar, this heavily sought after guitar. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about this, and I'm going to do my very best to knock it out for you, okay? I did not purchase this guitar, and this guitar is not brand new. This is on loan from a friend, and it has one pretty big modification, but apart from that, it's everything you get in the store, okay? And that modification is the pickup. These come stock with Seymour Duncan black winners. This has an EMG 81. Just a minor difference, but a difference nonetheless. The rest of the specs of this guitar are what you would get from the store, and that is mahogany body, maple neck, just under 14-inch fretboard radius, 24 frets, ebony board, jumbo frets, locking tuners, Tone Pros hardware, 1 volume, and 24 3/4-inch scale. I think I got them all. One other spec to keep in mind is this body is relatively thin. If you're used to, like, say, like a full thickness Gibson Les Paul, you'll be surprised. This guitar kind of feels like a Les Paul Jr. of sorts. It almost feels like a slab body, but there is an actual carve and a bit of a contour on the top, but it's still, like I said, just kind of has that thinner body Les Paul Jr. vibe. Now, throughout this video, in the tone demonstration, you guys will be hearing an instance of STL Tones' Andy James plugin, and this guitar is tuned down to drop C sharp, okay? Main thing I love about this guitar is the simplicity, man. Simple, simple, simple. One thing that I find incredibly freeing mentally, just in terms of a headspace and a mindset, is like when you have a guitar that doesn't have a lot of electronics, a lot of moving parts. For me personally, it's just like a lot of, I don't know, peace of mind, where like I don't have to worry about all the different things on the guitar. There's really only one spot you can troubleshoot with this guitar, and I kind of like that. So the simpleness and the stripped downness, especially for the genre of music it's catering towards, metal, I think this guitar does very, very well in that aspect. Now, another positive I will say for everybody else, not necessarily me, is the aesthetic. I know a lot of people love satin, blacked out everything. I personally am just not a fan of my guitars being all blacked out, but like I said, at its core, it looks pretty rad and pretty mean. It kind of looks like an old school, like, stealth bomber. Remember those things from back in the day? But anyway, man, yeah, this thing looks pretty cool. Last thing I'll say in terms of positivity is it stayed in tune exceptionally. I think the few guitars that I've played from LTD have all stayed in tune very, very well, and this guitar is exactly that. No exception to that rule. Stays in tune very, very great. But I gotta be honest, everybody, I am not a real huge fan of this guitar. The main thing I don't like with this guitar is because the body's so thin and relatively light, it kind of feels like I said, like a Les Paul Jr. or honestly like a Gibson SG, and therefore it feels really neck heavy and kind of neck divey. And that was a bit of a bummer to check out. I wished that this guitar had a thicker body and or less neck dive, less neck dive, more weight to it, more of a balanced feel. But this guitar just is a little neck heavy because the body's so light. And something about the way the strings feel under my fingers, the way it responds, I don't know, it just didn't really do it for me. Didn't really like kind of, I don't know, feel that inspiring to play or jump out at me. Just, you know, you can't like everything, right? You know what I mean? So in my opinion, everybody, if you're in the market for a single cut guitar and you want a metal looking guitar, I mean, this is your bread and butter, right? But for me personally, one man's opinion, not as exactly that, just an opinion, not necessarily my favorite thing in the world. I think there's a bunch of other single cut guitars that I've played throughout my history of being on YouTube that I've liked a lot more. But, you know, for the price point and for what you get, and I think this guitar is pretty cool, but, you know, just for me personally, not my first choice. That's all. So everybody, hope you enjoyed this video, man. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. See you guys next time. Later.